John Korb, and I'm here to present you a Kickstarter advertisement for a cartoon-styled comic called What Have I Done? I'm 38 years old and a graduate of the philosophy program at Cal State University in San Bernardino. It's a very analytical program with an emphasis on metaphysics and language mostly. I don't know why I mentioned that. It's neither here nor there as far as the comic book goes, but I am $35,000 in the hole for it, so I might as well name drop and use the credential. The story, as it were, follows our protagonist and his post-teen exploits with his gang of black magic, punk rock, acid-gobbling, graffiti freak friends and the other deviant denizens of Norwalk, California, circa 1991-1992. From there, we go to the hills of Lytle Creek, where we see the crazy tweakabillies and their glue-sniffing, weapon-crafting, whip-cracking exploits off in the hills and streams and forests. To community college down here, where I now currently reside in the beautiful suburbs of San Bernardino. Somewhat unfortunately, I have to say this is an adults-only comic because being semi-autobiographical as it is, it does contain heavy drug use and much foul language and all kinds of other crazy nonsense. I don't condone any of this sort of behavior that occurs in here, and I haven't engaged in any of it for a long, long time. And I just have to say that it is part of reality, and sometimes it's pretty f***ing funny. The influences on the comic are probably first and foremost cartoons. Looney Tunes, of course, Tom and Jerry, the same bunch of guys, Tex Avery, Bob Clampett, Chuck Jones, speaking of which, the usual gang of idiots at Mad Magazine. The actual comic book influences I have are few, I guess, but pretty obvious. Los Bros Hernandez, Love and Rockets, Harvey Picar is another one. I think His stories really did inspire me to write in ways that don't necessarily have to splash people in the face with a big kaboom in any particular way to be interesting or funny. The methodology is super simple. It's as simple as it could possibly be when you're doing something like this, actually. It's basically to take a piece of paper, take some pencils, take some pens, start thinking, start writing, you're done. Bam. That's it. There is no methodology. There is no process. You just do it. There's no Bristol board. There's no rulers. There's no compasses. There's no protractors. There's no scripts. I actually don't know what the end or the punchline is going to be until I'm basically almost to the last page, sometimes halfway through the last page. And that's just the way it goes, because there's a method here. The idea is, a lot of these stories go back to high school, and in high school I would sit and draw comics in class, and that's what I'm doing now. And it's done in such a way that if you were a kid sitting in the back of the class, you could whip out your piece of paper, scribble this down, do this, but when with technology today being what it is, you could take these things, scan them, and do whatever the hell you want with them. So why bother with all this razzmatazz if I could do it the way I liked to do it when I was a kid that suits my age? I also do other art. For example, I've done storyboards like these. I've also done concept art for other people's comic books and fantasy novels such as this. So this is the plan. Number 1, get at least 300 to 500 copies printed as soon as possible. Number 2, print posters, flyers, handouts, etc. to make people aware of this so we can get it into comic book stores, and mainly to try and get the attention of the big distributor. But we can only do that by increasing demand and increasing awareness. And a big part of that, of course, is going to be on the internet through social networking. Another thing we need money for is pins, t-shirts, magnets, and stickers. Other little neat goodies that people like that will not only make people aware of what have I done, but also people just like that kind of junk. We also need money for Comic-Con, not only for the trip itself, but also for registration fees and badges. And another part of our plan is to try and get spots in local and college radio stations. If we could get the word out through that way, that would be great, and I'm sure it's a perfect target audience. Trying to get through this funding is also to eventually, hopefully, hire an inker and a colorist so I could be that much lazier and make my job that much simpler and have to do even less, because I just want to whip this stuff out and get it going and just get as much of it out there as I possibly can, as quickly as I can, and because I have a lot of stories to tell, and I'm never going to run out of material with this stuff. So the more I could get out, the quicker I could get it out, and the faster I could get it on the shelves, the better. That's what we're going to do with the funding that we raise on Kickstarter, if we, cross our fingers, reach our funding goal. And the goal right now is $2,000. I think that should cover everything that I listed. The rewards you can receive by making a pledge on Kickstarter are, for a $10 pledge, you'll receive a sticker and a magnet. For a $20 pledge, you'll receive a signed copy of the black and white comic, if you want me to sign it. For $30, you'll receive a signed copy of the limited edition color comic, again, if you want me to sign it. For a $50 pledge, you will receive a piece of original art actually used in the comic. And of course, I'll sign that too if you want it. And you'll also receive the black and white comic sign and the sticker and the magnet. For a $100 pledge or more, you send me a picture of yourself and a situation that you think was funny or interesting, and I'll draw that comic and I'll send it to you. And if it's funny, I'll use it in my comic if you want me to. But again, $100 pledge, you get yourself comic bookalized. Again, I'm Sean Korb. This is What Have I Done? And thank you for watching the video. And I hope you will sincerely consider pledging so that we can get this project out there and on the shelves. Thank you very much.